What's up, everyone? Welcome back to this channel. I didn't come to you for 2 weeks because I was sadly sick in bed, and also I was in Dubai at a lot of events. So I couldn't actually give you the market analysis, which is why I'm telling you, you have to follow me on Twitter because I'm posting there all the time when I'm on the bathroom or whatever I am doing. But doing a video takes more time. So make sure to get the latest signals in Twitter and also in my Telegram group, which is linked down below. In any case, if you're new around here, I am different because I'm actually using a proper strategy in order to analyze the charts instead of my opinion itself, right? So you're going to see trading signals on the chart. I'm going to explain why I think that the market is dumping right now. We're going to talk today about Bitcoin and Ethereum and maybe a few altcoins as well, but those are the most important ones. Before we go into the content, remember that this is not financial advice. In crypto, you can lose all your money, and what I do here is share what I do personally with my own strategies, and I believe it's the best thing on the planet because it made me a lot of money, but you have to still do your own research. You cannot just simply follow what I'm saying in this video. Take it as an inspiration and run with it. But if you want to get educated on how to automate your trading, then definitely check out my other videos, or also check out the link down below because I do have a masterclass on trade automation because I'm an engineer and I love to automate everything and it works. All right. If it works, then it works. All right. With all of that, let's get into the video. And as always, don't like the video, don't subscribe unless you hear something that actually helps you in this video. So watch the whole video through until the very end. And if you got any value, then click those buttons, like, subscribe, and let's get into the content right now. All right, before I start showing you the charts in detail, check out the strategy numbers. You can pause the video to check it out. This is from 2018 until sometime in the future, basically. 29x on Bitcoin profit, 70% win rate, 15% max drawdown, not trading a lot, which is exactly the point of following trends. So this is the strategy I'm going to use now to analyze the Bitcoin chart. All right. Now, as you can see here, the halving happened here on the 20th of April. And after that, people got a bit excited, right? Because the price went up, but then we have a massive dump here of 13%, which is actually less than the usual dump that I would expect. The usual dump is sometimes something around 27%. So it would be more around here, honestly. And this is not 27, I'm aware of that. But you have diminishing returns, but you also have diminishing crashes, all right? So you see here, there might be a support line exactly here. So we might have a dump of actually 21%. And then let's see what happens afterwards. But do I care about this? No, I fully don't care because I have a strategy that actually sold already here. You can see the sell signal is this arrow over here. It's a bit small, but that's how TradingView is showing it. And this was the buy signal over here. So this was a profit of 42%, fully automatic, of course. And then I didn't know what's gonna happen afterwards, right? Nobody knows, right? And then afterwards, the price went up and I wasn't sure if maybe I am missing out on something, to be honest. But then, you know, it's clear what happened afterwards, right? Because actually this was a sideways movement. Whoever traded this range here got fully destroyed. Even if you're a good range trader, and I added a range now just to make it obvious, you would have created this kind of range, but then it never actually reached the top, right? So people who bought here, then they thought they will sell here. They sold here because they got panicked. Then they bought back in here. Then they sold down there. So in my opinion, this was a range for people to lose money, honestly. And I think a lot of people did lose money. They expected not only that it will break out of the range, but also that it will bounce around. But it didn't really bounce around the way that it usually does. So yeah, like I got out here. I didn't want to mess around. I have too much money invested to mess around. And as you can see here now, if you zoom in, you see that this green line turned gray, meaning that the trend is now uncertain. It's not down, it's not up, it's just basically sideways, which is exactly what it is because it was sideways for a while and now it's still sideways / down. We don't know what's going to happen. So this is not a range to actually be invested in. I think it's very risky to suggest to people to buy the dip or something like this, because if you buy the dip, you can keep on buying the dip like you did here, and that wouldn't help you at all. Of course, in the bull market, people expect that it will recover and then you will benefit from the upswing. Obviously, that can happen. And then the question is obviously as well, where are we now? Is there any similarity to something that we had in the past? Well, I think, and I know you might think I'm crazy, but I think we're somewhere here, right? And I think that this is kind of the next thing we're going to see. I mean, if you just ignore the COVID dump, right? Then you had this pump here, the first one, right? And this is basically the first pump before the halving, right? And this pump would have gone here, and then it would have crashed down, and then it would have gone here, right? In my opinion. So you see now that I think that this pump here, or maybe the whole thing actually, before the halving, same as this one, is exactly the same thing, right? And so now we have to have this dump, all right? Because that's what it is. Like if everyone would make money because they know after having we go to the moon, then it would be too easy and too many people will make money, which is not what the market is doing, right? Market is punishing most people, which is why most people lose money, which is also so hard to buy on the bottom and to sell on the top, because it's exactly the opposite of the market sentiment, right? At that particular moment. So I think that we are somewhere here and we would have gone up and we would have crashed down and then we would have gone to the moon, right? So now there has to be some crash either to this line or to this line of support, right? And what would that be? That would be a crash of around, let me check, from the top here, that would be a crash of 27. This is something that I fully expect because that's what usually happens. Or 38. This is very unlikely, all right? So I wouldn't be surprised if we have a very nice bounce going down here and then messing around, maybe stressing some people out, and then bam, going up. And like I said, I think that after this consolidation phase, after this phase, we go into this phase, right? Into the full bull market. Of course, you need to have a good buy signal for that, which, let me zoom in here a bit. We had a buy signal exactly at the beginning of the bull market, which is awesome, of course. And then we had a sell signal at the end of the bull market and a small trade here, which didn't make any difference. So basically, this is what I'm waiting for, all right? So people can go and lose their money in this range here. I don't really care. They can do whatever. I am patient, waiting for the signal to actually make this kind of money. I sadly don't expect 352% profit because we have diminishing returns and all. So I would love that, right? But I think we're going to be more around plus 200% from the buy signal, wherever that would be. But I hope for more. Yes, I hope for more, and I hope Ethereum will do more than that. But having said that, you know, like these trades here in this range after the halving, this is usually just to destroy people who are thinking that there will be some massive pump soon. They go leverage, and then let me zoom in here, and it's such a sideways move, right? So, you know, they get destroyed here basically, right? So this is the worst period of all of them. Then it pumps, then people get punished again here because, you know, like, of course, like, I don't know how often to say, but most people lose money because of that, right? And so it doesn't make any difference if I miss out on this useless range here. This was like maybe 30%, or like, who cares really? But this is 153 days of patience that I have to have in order to not lose any money, but then to actually participate, to have enough left to actually go full in when the proper buy signal comes, right? So sure, we had a few buy signals here. We made some money, don't get me wrong. It's not like I fully ignored this range. I mean, here we made 20%, here we made 0 basically, and here we also made 1%, basically 1.2%. So yeah, we made some money, but this is just boring, you know, like nothing special here. So if the same would happen around here where we are now, then basically we would have a situation where we get a buy signal. Actually, let me remove these squiggles here, or actually add to them. So we get a buy signal somewhere here, right? So there is some trend reversal, and then it will go up to God knows which number, but plus 200%. So let me check. Let me check right now. So we will be from here plus 200. Bro, I have to even scroll even further out. So we will be around 170,000 for Bitcoin. And that would be awesome, right? 200% plus, fully automated without having to do anything. And also selling at the top when the sell signal comes, no matter what other people are saying, because other people can go and lose their money. That's what usually happens, right? So this is what I'm actually looking at right now. So Bitcoin for me personally, is the safest bet. But remember, we are still in crypto, and crypto is risky as fuck, right? So take care. I do have basically another thing to tell you. When would this strategy buy back into the action? Because that's also the title of the video, right? So I do expect, like I said, that it will go down here and dump around and then come back up. Yeah, exactly like this, of course, exactly, right? So I do expect it to come to this line, right? And then go back up. And then it would buy back in when the price comes above the line, but not just crosses the line. That's too simple. Instead, it depends on how strong it comes above the line, right? If it goes like this, yes, it will buy. If it just is close to the line, then it would take more days to actually accumulate strength in order to get a buy signal, right? So it's quite simple. And so there is no bull market that can escape this strategy, because it will definitely buy in when the next leg up is starting. So similar as we did here, I didn't show you that before, but we did very similar thing here. We had a buy signal here, we had a sell signal here. And as you can see, after the sell signal, it did dump actually, and it actually dumped even 6-7%. So that was, I was happy, honestly, like, cool, I protected my profit, and but then it continued up, and then we got another buy signal here. This is a re-entry signal. This is why it's green on the top with this green indicator. And then there was a sell signal here, and I posted about it all over the place. I remember I was in Twitter spaces around this time, and everyone told me that I'm stupid because I'm out of the market and I'm missing out. I'm not really missing out, right? As you can see, because we had a dumpage, and I'm actually happy to be out of the market and put my money on the sidelines to have a better entry next time. It's all about probabilities, and I think whoever has a strategy will definitely outcompete everyone else who's just using emotions. But you know that from me, right? That's my usual thing that I say. But now let's go to Ethereum and some other altcoins to see what happened with them. Did we have an even bigger dump? Did I protect my funds from even more losses? Let's see. It's quite funny actually, because on the 13th of April, as you can see here, I posted this into our public Telegram, that this is what I expect to happen. Of course, nobody knows exactly, but you can see these two lines, right, for the support and resistance. And then I said that it will bounce on the first one and then break through the first one, potentially hit the second one, and then of course we'll see what happens after that. But that could be a flush out. Now check out what happened afterwards, because it's so funny. Like, it did bounce on the first line. Now it breaks through the second line, and where does it go now? It will go to the second line and hopefully break back up and go to the moon. Like, that's hopefully what's going to happen. But check this out. It's exactly bouncing on the first one, breaking through the first one, and now heading down to the second support line that I drew on the 13th of April, right? This is massive, all right? Anyway, so I'm not trading based on this kind of stuff. As you know, I have my strategies that give me, buy and sell signals, like you can see here. But still, sometimes I like to do chart analysis and see what happens. But as you can see here, we're out of the market. We had here actually non-profitable trade on Ethereum, and we had a profitable one here, actually. And that happens on the way down, that there might be some kind of fake out and then a flush. And this is exactly what I fell for here. It's fine overall. It makes money. I didn't show you yet the strategy performance numbers. Here they are. The same strategy applied on Ethereum, no changes whatsoever. You can pause and check it out, but I will just remove it again to have more space on the screen to show you other stuff. But here, of course, we have a situation where the price has to break above this resistance line, because otherwise it's pretty bad, right? Then otherwise it would definitely try to go down to the next one, which is what I predicted. But anyway, so I'm not going to buy even though it bounces here. I really don't care. I always use my strategy, because for the strategy, I have all the numbers that I need in order to know how probable is it for it to make me money, right? If I go from these lines and everything, that's very hard to backtest, right? It's very hard to backtest, buying the support and selling the resistance. Like, you can try that, but I like mathematics. I like strategies that can be backtested, and that's what I do. We had another trade here, which made money. That was nice. And overall, Ethereum is obviously more risky than Bitcoin, right? So I'm not going to go and analyze what happened in the past with Ethereum, because yeah, of course it had massive pumps and we made a lot of money there. But right now, Ethereum is actually quite weak, I would say. And why I say that is because if you simply go to the Ethereum versus Bitcoin chart, you can simply see that Ethereum is not very interesting, okay? So I rather hold Bitcoin, because against Bitcoin, Ethereum is dumping, right? So I'm not quite interested at all in holding Ethereum right now. Yes, I do have an automation to buy it when it comes and so on, but I have less money allocated to Ethereum because of what I just said, right? And so there are not many coins that I see that are actually better than Bitcoin. You have Near Protocol. Near Protocol is fascinating. I mean, this one is very strong against Bitcoin in the latest months. And this is fascinating. That's why it's here in strong Bitcoin pairs category for me. And also Fetch AI is also stronger than Bitcoin lately, right? So it is actually interesting to buy these coins when the next buy signals come, because of course we are out of both of them, simply because everything got sold, right? So we made a lot of money here on Fetch, because I just mentioned Fetch, right? So we made here 180%. And like I said, sometimes we do have these small fake outs, and here was a small losing trade here, a few percent, not a big issue. But overall, I do want to buy coins that are stronger than Bitcoin is, right? Stronger against the Bitcoin pair, right? And so here you can see I have only Near and Fetch that fit that criteria. You might have other coins. I don't look at everything on the market, right? But if I go to any other coin, let me actually put myself here on the other side. So here Dogecoin, you can see it's actually, well, not much stronger than Bitcoin, a little bit. I'm not gonna take this one. Also, it's in a downtrend. Solana, it was massively in an uptrend against Bitcoin. Holy moly, right? I love it. But now it's in a downtrend. So, you know, this has to change before I put it in the strong category. Ethereum, we looked at that already. Avalanche is definitely not a good buy against Bitcoin right now, and so on, right? Like you go through all of these. Jupiter, when these coins actually have a proper uptrend, a green one, because now they are getting into the gray area, then I'm getting super excited again, right? So on Near, you can see the trend is still green, right? Means that there's an uptrend against Bitcoin. On Fetch, the uptrend is still there against Bitcoin, where everyone else that is in this other bottom category here, Bitcoin pairs category, they are actually in a gray or downtrend, right? So it's quite obvious for me what has to be done. So when I look back to Ethereum and I put myself back on the other side, then basically you see why, you know, I'm not super excited right now to buy Ethereum. I mean, again, I have allocated some funds when the next buy signal comes, but I have 70% right now allocated to Bitcoin, to the next Bitcoin buy signal. I have 3 strategies that run on Bitcoin. Those are these 3 strategies here. You just see one in this video, but whatever, if you want to see the other ones, just book a call, talk to me. But in any case, Bitcoin, I don't want to miss. So I have 3 strategies that I use on Bitcoin because I do not want to miss anything. I like Bitcoin. I think it's an awesome investment and I don't want to miss any move. On any other coin, I use just one strategy, which is whichever one is better for that particular coin. So basically, this is how I see the market. I think that Bitcoin is the only thing to look at right now because everything else based on strategies and indicators is on a downtrend, most of that. Near and Fetch AI is quite exciting because it is still strong against Bitcoin. So let's see, I've allocated some funds to those as well. So whenever the next buy signal comes, I will be part of that. And with all of that in mind, make sure to check out one of these other videos that I will link for you up here. One of them is about automating trading strategies to buy and sell on your exchange without you doing anything, basically. So I explain exactly how to do that in this video. And in this video, I show you how to find and evaluate trading strategies. And if you combine these 2 things together, then you can have a strategy and you can automate it by just watching 2 videos. Go and do it, and I see you over there.